Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for tonight, the 28th day of November, 2016, the after Thanksgiving edition of Raw from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hope everyone had a happy and safe Thanksgiving. I did. Now we're back to business. But holiday season has just begun. With Christmas not too far away. Cannot believe that. And with tonight's Raw, my thoughts on it. Very decent Raw tonight. A little better than last week. Yeah, decent action. 2 title matches. Second hour was rough. The first half of the second hour was like a count out and a DQ. But at least one count out led to a match being moved. As you see from my subtitle, 2 women got the main event Raw yet again. This is the first time that 2 women have main event Raw twice. And a great main event at that. Some booking issues, but I'll address all of that when I get to that great main event match. Plus, as you also see from my subtitle, we have a main event set for the next Raw pay-per-view, Roadblock, which will be happening, I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check that, December 18th on the WWE Network for $9.99. But let's get down to the first segment of Raw, opening up with Chris Jericho and the highlight wheels. Maybe the first time. Maybe the first time ever we've had the same guest for 2 weeks in a row on the highlight wheel. Next, Jericho's best friend, Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion. Of course, last week we had a great main event last week with Kevin Owens defeating Seth Rollins in a terrific false count anyway, not false count anyway, but it was a no DQ match with no interference from Jericho or Reigns allowed. They were both banned from ringside, but Jericho still showed up in the crowd wearing a Sin Cara mask, ultimate trolling after their fight on the European tour. So Owens and Jericho were talking after they had a little argument last week. That was all a joke, but we may have a little argument that may not have been a joke after all. After discussing what they're thankful for, talking to fans, talk about Rollins beating him up last week, and they said Rollins was not medically cleared to show up this evening. Even if Rollins wasn't supposed to be there, Reigns was there. He came out to interrupt and got booed. Not as bad as he did in Toronto last week, but still a bit about a mix of cheers and boos. With Reigns calling Owens a stupid idiot. He didn't say that, but you know what I mean? He said that you cannot win without help. You have to have help every time. So tonight, how about you take on me? And if I win, I get a title shot against you at Roadblock. And Jericho was being made fun of, and so was Owens. And he's like, you know what happens, old woman? He was about to put woman on the list. And then Owens said, shut up! I'll take your challenge. Jericho didn't like being told to shut up by his so-called best friend. Owens was, of course, angered about the fact that Reigns would challenge him like that. To see that he got frustrated about, he wanted to prove everybody wrong. And he can't do it by himself. That's why he told Jericho to shut up. And Jericho was not happy about everything, so he walked out of Raw. Not before he met an uninvited guest. As he was telling his driver to get the call ready, the driver was then replaced by Seth Rollins. We thought he wasn't going to be there, but he was. He wanted revenge over what happened last week, getting screwed over the championship again. Jericho screwed him in Hell in a Cell. He also screwed him last week, despite being so-called Bama Mick Foley. So Rollins attacked him on the outside, backdropped on the hood of a car, then got to on a roof of a car, and pedigreed Jericho to hell out of the arena. We could see a Rollins-Jericho feud. Because we may see Owens' next feud being built up. So we could see this feud coming in a match at Roadblock. It's been building for a while because, like I said, Jericho's been involved in not one but 2 of Rollins' opportunities to dethrone Kevin Owens as the Universal Champion. Now on to our first pub matchup. R-Truth taking on Braun Strowman. Not much to say here. Typical Braun Strowman squash. Blink and miss destroying of R-Truth. And then, speaking of people got destroyed by Braun Strowman, Sami Zayn came out. Tried to get revenge of the being in a match with him last week and being stopped after he got pummeled by Strowman. Strowman had him lined up again in the Tree of Woe. And then Mick Foley came out and said, separate him. Sami Zayn was not too happy with Foley separating him, saying that, Mick Foley, you took on bigger men, and you never gave up. You never said never, but I don't see you as a hero. You are a hero to me. And now I see you as a hypocrite. So who knows what's going to happen to this old Sami Zayn angle. Hopefully it leads to him and Cesaro being traded the wall. Would be treated a whole lot better. Whole lot better with Sami Zayn be on SmackDown. Even Daniel Bryan tweeted out tonight to Sami Zayn that he would get more opportunities on SmackDown than on Raw. Cesaro should go there too. Like Cesaro and Sheamus as tag team. We did see a segment with them tonight. And an interesting ball fight segment with them uniting as a team. But I still think Cesaro should be on SmackDown being used for a singles feud. But I do like the chemistry between Cesaro and Sheamus. It's odd couple. You know, we've seen it work before. Sometimes it doesn't. But it is kind of an interesting dynamic. If they really get along, you know, they show they can win. They won a Survivor Series. They're the last team of Team Raw in the tag team Survivor Series match. So if they really get along, which they got along tonight after getting involved in a ball fight with them taking each other's sides, it could really be a dominant force. So there you go. On with the next affair. Speaking of things that'll be treated a lot better on SmackDown, but I'm looking forward to their 205 Live show, of course referring to the Cruiserweight division. I am anxious because 205 Live is going to be taped right after SmackDown. One of the arena's going to be empty because usually after a SmackDown taping, they have a dark match main event. And with that not happening, I hope people don't leave. So I hope for the best for that 205 Live tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. It should be at Full Sail though. We have two great cruiserweights, including one of Charlotte's own, Cedric Alexander, as he took on Tony Nese. Now, they're trying to, like, the thing that makes the Cruiserweight Classic so great is that the fans didn't care about character development. They care about the wrestlers. But now the main roster, now they're not allowed to wrestle the way they did in the CWC. Main roster expects you to have some character development. And that's what they're lacking. They're trying to show some development by apparently trying to have Cedric Alexander have a love interest with Alicia Fox for some reason. Yeah, we saw what happened when a developmental guy goes up to main roster and gets hooked up with a love interest, doesn't really recover. Ain't that right, Delabreeze? We got hooked up with Summer Rae. Now you with Fandango. Great team, but you're getting buried too much. Like Ascension and Falcons. Like SmackDown's a lot of opportunity, but not for the tag teams. Anyway. Great action from both these guys. There comes with big moves. But he's got a little help from his friend, Drew Gulak, tripping up Alexander, or distracting him, for Nese to trip up Alexander. And Alexander would get tripped up. Nese would take advantage of it. Some big moves, including a triangle moonsault, decent action, with a lot of crowd. This is the best crowds have been the best the crowd has ever been into a cruiserweight match. Mostly because of the fact we got a hometown boy in the match. But despite fighting off on that offensive fury from Nese, with Cedric after some big kicks, he's going for his big clothesline. Gulak got involved. And Alexander from the top rope got a big flying clothesline, taking out Gulak. But Nese would take advantage of that distraction. Sloppy little bunt leading up to a pin. 1, 2, 3 victory for Tony Nese, defeating Cedric Alexander. Like it was a good slam, but it was kind of sloppy that he did to get the pin. But still, decent cruiserweight matchup involving these two great guys who I think will shine a lot more on 205 Live. And I think they're adding more people, including Tozawa and Jack Gallagher, one of my favorites from the CWC. Now on to our next affair. Charlotte against Sasha Banks for the WWE Women's Championship. I was like, wow, this is interesting. They're kicking off the second hour. And this when the second hour kind of fell a little bit. The first half was like, really? They had a great start. Dana Brooke got a little bit involved, but she got taken out. And Shaw and Sasha were brawling on the outside. They fighting on the outside until they both got counted out. I was like, really? They're really going to have a double count out here? You fucking kidding me right now? Then Mick Foley came out saying that these two will come back later on in a no DQ, no count out, false count anywhere match. First time ever on Raw that the women's title will be defended in a false count anywhere match. And as I mentioned, it was the main event again. I'll get to that when we get to it. Now on to our next matchup. Rusev in another match against Enzo Amore, stemming from what happened last week with Enzo showing his little certified gene inadvertently to Lana. It does more taunting on the microphone to Lana saying that she saw how he's doing. See this package. But despite the talking, once again we had a brawling as Rusev destroyed Enzo. He got a low blow in. DQ. So let's have start our second hour, ladies and gentlemen. A double count out and a DQ. Second hour didn't start off on the right foot. It's like, really? You had two good, not too good, but two full matches on the first hour. They had definitive finishes. Then you had one match going double DQ, only to give an excuse to let them main event, which is great, in making a no DQ match in false count anywhere. This one, having a DQ, it's like, wasn't a good way to start the second hour. But great way to rebound with the number one contender for the Cruiserweight Championship tomorrow night on 205 Live, Rich Swann in action against Noam Dar, with the Brian Kendrick at the commentator's table. Crowd was into it a little bit, more than they have been recently, to both Cruiserweight matches tonight. Hopefully the crowd is good, because meanwhile the crowds can suck everything out of the room. They don't respond well to people. That's why that's why the Raw Villain's been buried a lot. And Ascension. And they weren't booked a lot. Good. Especially in Ascension's case last year. Anywho, Cedric Alexander's friend, Rich Swann, would come in with some big moves. Splash on the outside, but Noam Dar would come in and do a big flip onto Swann. Hit a big spot, like he did a big splash, and his neck kind of jawed the rope a little bit. His throat got smashed against the rope. Noam Dar took advantage of it. Despite the lung situation, with his rope being slammed against the ropes, Rich Swann would come roaring back, some big nasty moves, and he with a big insecurity kick, nasty kick to Noam Dar, and the 1-2-3 victory for Rich Swann with momentum on his side. He even took the microphone and had a decent promo to the Brian Kendrick, trying to add some more character. That's what you need on the main roster. You need more character development, because in NXT, people don't care about character development. In CWC, didn't either. But the main roster, they like to focus on that development of character. These won't refining. So Rich Swann took the mic. After that, it said, Brian, is that you over there? I've seen you, and I've beaten you twice. But the third time will be for that title, baby. Because you can't handle this. You can't handle this. You can't handle. I can't. I'm a white guy. Sometimes I mess up. Dance. To dance a lot of these reviews. Especially when it gets to a certain tag team. Which I'll probably embarrass myself more when we get to their match. Now on to Roman Reigns against Kevin Owens. With a title shot at Roadblock on the line for Mr. Reigns. With no Jericho and no Owens. And oh yeah, spoiler, Jericho never came back. So there was a clean finish to this matchup. Owens, in my mind, carried the matchup. He carried it. He carried his matchup. He even made fun of Reigns. He had him set up with a cannonball splash in the corner. And he did. The woman. That was funny. He does everybody's stuff so funny. Like, he always makes fun of people's moves. Like, he did the Enzo dance at SummerSlam. That was funny. And now he made fun of Woman's Scream. That was funny. But despite always looking dominant in the first half, proving he didn't need anybody to help him out, Wayne took Owen back with a couple suplexes, the drive by on the outside, a little bit of brawling. But in my mind, Owens carried the match, like I said. So then he brawled a little bit on the outside. And a Superman punch as Owens was punching the top rope like they were going for something on the top rope. And then Owens, like, he was punching a Superman punch from Wayne, snuck him out of the ring, and they brawled on the ring. And then another Superman punch with Woman getting a running start, jumping off the steps, and delivering another Superman punch onto Owens. And then he sucked him back in, setting up for the spear. But then Owens would come in with a big knee. But then after that, he got speared. Second time's the charm for Woman. 1, 2, 3. Woman Reigns wins. And he will become the #1 contender for Kevin Owens. Now, we kind of seen this coming. Because little hints about Owens and Rollins, his friend Reigns, challenging each other. You know, there was a postal link from the venue in Pittsburgh that this would be the main event of Roadblock. And that was officially made on WWE's terms. You know, it was officially made on their time, on their television programming, official tonight. Owens and Reigns for the Universal Championship. And I think Owens will win. Whether with help, but I wish he gets no help. This kind of ruined Rollins' reign too. Rollins had a lot of help in every match. You know, I love Rollins as champion, but his booking kind of spoiled it with too many interference matches from J&J Security and the Authority. And Owens has got a lot of help from Jericho. But he was angry after the loss. But who knows? Maybe I'm finally winning a title match on a pay-per-view without any help. But we shall see. As it's now official, Reigns and Owens at Roadblock. Your main event is set, as I mentioned, in the subtitle. And Owens' excuse for losing, worrying about his best friend. Despite the fight, they're still besties. And Owens was too concerned over the help of Jericho after getting attacked by Seth Rollins. Now, we had an interview segment with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was crying about Lesnar's loss against Goldberg in 1 minute and 25 seconds, saying that Lesnar was not prepared. He took Goldberg lightly. He took lightly a guy who hasn't wrestled in 12 years. But Heyman's like, Lesnar's got something to prove now. And guess what? Guess where the place will be for the redemption of Brock Lesnar? The Royal Rumble. Yep. That's right. Both Lesnar and Goldberg are in the Royal Rumble. When Goldberg was announced last week as the first competitor, a lot of people, including myself, were like, don't let him win the Rumble, because people will boo it. People boo it if Goldberg wins, because people will see it coming. Be too predictable. You know, despite him getting a great pop, other young guys deserve to win the Rumble, like fucking Sami Zayn. This is all. Like, I like seeing part-timers, but they don't need to hog the spotlight. But now that Lesnar's in the Rumble, we kind of get this predictable route. We're going to see them get involved in a Rumble match, eliminate each other, or one screws over the other, and this is the build-up for the rematch at WrestleMania 33. That's why I heard they're getting a series of matches. There was even a poll saying, do you want Goldberg Lesnar 3? I say no. But now with Lesnar in the Rumble, Goldberg's in it too, we can kind of see the story being written out. We don't know who's going to win the Rumble. That's the first time ever. We don't even know, like, the winner of the Rumble may not be predictable. But we know a predictable storyline in the Rumble match. Lesnar and Goldberg colliding and setting up a match between them at WrestleMania 33. Hopefully it's not the main event. And I know it won't be. Because the title match is usually the main event. The only time in recent history a title match was not the main event of WrestleMania was WrestleMania 29. Rock and Cena. The twice in a lifetime. No, once in a lifetime. 28. Yeah. 29 was a title match. 28 was the non-title. So, mistaking my years. You know, 28 was the last Mania with a non-title main event. Which was a good one. But if Lesnar Goldberg's the main event, which I know it won't be, it'll be the worst main event in Mania history. especially if it goes a minute again. But I know it won't be a minute. It'll be more defensive, it'll be more of a struggle. And we'll see more offense from Lesnar this time because it's a rematch. And but not only that, hopefully it's not only do I hope the rematch at Mania is better than the match at Survivor Series and longer, but hopefully it's better than the last Mania match at WrestleMania 20. So there you go. On with our next matchup for the WWE World Tag Team Championships of the world. The New Day defending against the Club. They are now counting it down to the days. Countdown to exactly 17 days, 17 long nights, till they become the longest reigning tag team champions in history, usurping the 478-day record of Demolition. Axe and Smash. Love them, man. LD ripoff, but a good one. Good one at that. Had to sing a little 17 Days by Prince, because Kofi said we had 17 days left until we break that record, and I had to sing a little 17 days. R.I.P. Prince. Decent tag team title match. We had a great match last week against Cesaro and Sheamus, and tonight the Club looked awesome tonight. They looked terrific. They pummeled on Xavier. Interesting, it was Xavier and Big E, not Kofi, who was on the outside. Big E got taken out early to enable the double teaming on Xavier. And great showing from the Club till Big E got back in. One of the biggest spots of that match, no pun intended, was Big E. He always has a big spear. Spear off the middle rope onto the floor. But that spear that he did to Carl Anderson, God, that was awesome. Great spear. One of the nastiest ones I've seen him take since the one I think he did on Sin Cara or Kalisto. That hurt them and let him out for a couple of weeks because of that nasty spear. So then the New Day would come back alive following Big E's big spear on the Anderson. But it was a big spine buster in the future of Xavier after Anderson shook up the cobwebs from that. Xavier came flying in, big hair and all. Some big kicks. But Gallows and Big E were fighting. And Anderson had Xavier rolled up with the tights. Xavier reversed it. In turnaround's fair play, he had the tights. New Day retains the WWE Tag Team Championship. I think they're going to give Club the title. Every time they look good, they make it look like groups the next week. Here's what I'm thinking. New Day says it's 17 days till they're the longest reigning tag team champs. So as I'm making this video, it's still technically November 28th. As I'm making this video, by the time this video comes out, it'll be early Tuesday morning. So counting today, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, December 15th or 16th, the New Day becomes the longest reigning tag team champions. December 18th is Roadblock. So that's when I think they're going to lose. And here's how I think. They're going to have a fatal 4-way tag team title match. They're going to have New Day, Enzo and Cass, the Club, and Cesaro and Sheamus. And how poetic would it be for New Day? They won their titles at SummerSlam in a fatal 4-way. And I think they will lose in a fatal 4-way. And guess what? They won't get pinned. Because in a fatal 4-way, any team can pin any team. The team that holds the titles does not have to be involved in the pinning predicament. So that's what I think. New Day will be in a fatal 4-way match at Roadblock, and that's when they'll lose. Made some bold predictions before, and sometimes those bold predictions came true. So I made a bold prediction that Seth Rollins would cash in his money in the bank at WrestleMania last year. Last year being the last calendar year, WrestleMania 31, not 32. And I called that one. So I think I might be right on how and when New Day will lose the tag team titles. And speaking of titles, on to our main event. Yep, our main event. For the second time, Sasha and Charlotte on the main event. And then, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, they're the only two women to have main event in Raw twice. Trish and Lita did a main event twice. But these two, despite the booking lately and the way they're playing hot potato with the title, spoiling this great feud, I applaud these two. I've been big fans of these two. And it deserves the main event again. I had to nitpick Corey Graves for a second. It was kind of funny in the beginning of this match, as Charlotte and Sasha were coming out. Corey was like, "This ain't fair to Charlotte." I pulled out my inner Bobby Heenan, and I said, "This ain't fair to Flair." That's what Corey Graves should have done. Ain't fair to Flair. Ain't fair to Flair to fight in a false count anywhere, no DQ, no count out match. And speaking of that, these two put on a great match, as usual. You know, maybe not as good as the past matches, but still a great match. Great ball on the outside. Great spots from both women. Some of my favorite spots, Sasha pulling out the kendo stick, beating the crap out of Charlotte. It was interesting. Charlotte did a move on Sasha, knocked her out for a second. And Corey was like, Charlotte's going to retain if Sasha don't get up of the referee's count of 10. Corey, there's no count out, you stupid idiot. You know what happens when you forget that this match has no count outs? You just made the list. Corey just made the list for making a mistake. Another one of my favorite spots, Charlotte dating a running natural selection off the steps onto Sasha on the outside. That was a great natural selection. And both women find their submissions on the floor. Sasha had the bank statement, and of course Charlotte did do the figure 8 on the outside. But then they brawled yet again. Love ball on the outside. They ball on the outside and do a Hell in a Cell. And they brawled again. They went up to the announce table. And Charlotte finally got her moonsault moment. If she wasn't allowed to moonsault off the top of the cell on Sasha, Charlotte could have did moonsault from the top of the announce table onto Sasha on the floor, which was awesome. Great spot, probably the best spot on the matchup. They were chopping a few times. There was a great chop exchange, which was great. And then Banks went for the candlestick again. After the ball back to the ringside area, following that spot from Charlotte. They brought into the crowd. And Charlotte's head bounced against one of the metal railings. And Charlotte got trapped underneath one of the metal railings. And Sasha put on the bank statement underneath the metal railing. And just like that, Charlotte tapped. Sasha Banks is yet again the WWE Women's Champion for a third time. And she said she was going to dedicate the match to Ric Flair, who Charlotte turned her back on. And right on cue, we had Ric Flair come out and hug Sasha. He's still not good at, still mad at Charlotte for a storyline turn just a few months ago, when Charlotte said she didn't need her dad anymore and that he was dead to her. So there they go. Great main event, but to play hot potato again. You know what I mean? As much as I love these women, and I've been very vocal about these two women on my videos, I love the matches. I never get sick of them, but the booking's been weird with the hot potato. It's spoiling the feud. You know, they're tainting it with having him play hot potato. Third straight match on Raw. Third straight title change. So, are they going to have Sasha lose another pay-per-view match? God damn it. That's we've been doing it. Sasha wins on Raw. Sasha loses at SummerSlam. Sasha wins again on Raw. Sasha loses at Hell in a Cell. Storyline-wise, she beat Shaw in her hometown because Sasha lost in Boston. And Shaw now lost in her hometown. But at Roadblock, if these two fight a rematch, which is pretty likely, can we please have one successful pay-per-view title defense for Sasha, please? Can we see Sasha walk out of a pay-per-view with a title for once, please, instead of fucking losing it every time after a Raw win? Come on. You know, that's why it's taking the feud so much. The way they're booking it. Long feuds are great. But the booking it with the hot potato, it messes it up. And hopefully, they play hot potato again. Hopefully, Sasha keeps the title longer than a month. Please. Let her hold the title at least till Mania. So much for a Bayley-Charlotte feud. Stemming from Bayley getting attacked from Charlotte last week. But we're going to see Charlotte win the next pay-per-view. But that better not happen. You know, ruin the integrity of the women's belt. You know, that's the thing. They're ruining the integrity of this belt by playing hot potato so much. And not just that, having Sasha win on Raw, they lose the belt right after, back to Charlotte at the next pay-per-view. They better not do that shit again. If they do, all integrity for that women's title on Raw will be lost forever. No matter what efforts they'll do, if Charlotte does pull out another hot potato moment on a pay-per-view. But it's kind of interesting. They say that Charlotte's undefeated in title defenses on pay-per-view. Sasha's undefeated in title wins on Raw. But can she ever win a title match on a pay-per-view? We shall see. Hopefully they don't play hot potato yet again. We do have a main event set for Roadblock, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Well, for right now, it's the main event. Unless they have Sasha and Charlotte be in that main event and make it a double main event. Or a triple main event like they did in Hell in a Cell. So there you go. That is my review of tonight's Raw. Thank you so much for watching. With that in mind, you have all been attacked by the review from Zach. See you all later. Bye-bye.